I'll do. Today I thought I'd make a bit of a course and test the speed of helicopters. See which one's good, see which one isn't. And when I say which one, I mean all 17 of them. And here we go. Cargobob, you're up first. Or should I say last, because that's what place it came out of 17. I'm going to do them in order. I'll timestamp them as well if you want to just have a look at the one you're interested in, but yeah, you might be missing out on something else. You don't know, do you? Subscribe, that'd be great. And we'll get on with it. I say there's 17 of them. Helicopters. Some have weapons, but you can't use them in this race, so it don't matter. It's only a speed test. I'll go into a few a bit deeper, I think, at some point. This Cargobob, a lot of people struggle with this at first, till you get proper used to it. I mean, like your brother, he was, how do you work this thing? He was like pushing, like a big person sitting, big elephant sitting on a car. He's just crushing it with a tiny little hook underneath. But what is this then? Cargobob, 1.8 million. And I suppose you need it really, don't you, for some deliveries. How is it for import, export? Pick car up and drop it off both ways. And you don't have to deal with traffic here. But 1.8 million, but it does 99 miles an hour, which I suppose isn't bad for that Goliath. It's huge, isn't it? But it's not bad to fly really. It's not bad. It sort of lumbers around, but it gets job done. So I don't know, for me it gets 10 out of 10 does Cargobob, for usefulness. And there's a bit of a mix really. Bit of a mix of helicopters. I mean, most people will probably know what's going to be number one for fastest, but you know what comes second and after that. And you might be surprised. That'll sort of a few pointers. You know what I mean? As in, it's like you could put your money into one helicopter, but if you put a little bit more into another one, then you're getting a lot of better vehicle, without a doubt. But we'll see about all that. I'll talk about each one just a little bit, whether it's any good or not, or in my opinion. But anyhow, I'll be quiet for a bit. When I say a bit, that was a bit. This course, it's got like just little bits even there, so it has to manoeuvre around, be agile, and you know, there's a bits where you can get some speed up, and you have to skim things. Yeah, like the pylons, the big things before. I'll tell you on the next one. Some people might know what pylons are, you might call them something else. But yeah, go under bridge. It's not that far. It's not a massive course, especially for some of them. It's just a test. Putting them to a test. Because there's some you think, oh God, what did I pick this thing for? Oh, wasted me money. And you're sort of like looking at somebody else's, thinking, I wish I got that. Envious eyes, as they call it. And buyer's remorse. But there's the finish. So this big lumbering skybus is going to do it in that 3 minutes 31. It's a lot, that, isn't it? Anyhow, this was second slowest. Oh, none of these have been upgraded whatsoever. No upgrades at all. Annihialator. That's a big name for a poxy helicopter, if you ask me. It handles horrible. It doesn't like going up, as in when you try to put your nose down to go off past it. A lot of them, they'll go up and they keep you off the ground, but this thing, yeah, it don't want to. But it has got weapons on it, I suppose. And it's 1.8 million, which is the same as Cargobob. Completely different machine though, isn't it, really? One delivers stuff and one destroys it. Annihialator. 115 mile an hour. That, in helicopter standards, is pretty poor. Yeah, it's pretty bad, 115 mile an hour. Not good at all. And I didn't really like flying this thing. It was, well, yeah, slow, expensive, and not very manoeuvrable. These are them pylon things I was on about. I mean, I put this checkpoint sort of near that one, and if it was going fast enough, it'd probably hit it. But it seems to be sweeping around there all right. Won't be too harsh on them. It's only my opinion. There's people out there who'll think it's brilliant. I love it, and it probably is good. It's just me. Not a right big fan. I'm not a big flag waver of the Annihialator. And say it's 1.8 million. It's armoured, tooled up. It's got guns and stuff. So you think, yeah, I'll get it. But there's something that's cheaper. That's better. Can you guess what it is yet? I'm sure we're doing jokes. Yeah. Please subscribe, that would be fantastic. And I promise to stop telling all the little funny jokes, especially about weird people. Here we go. Right, said they sent a 1.8 million, 115 mile an hour. I mean, this is the last of the 3 minutes, and it's taking forever. It feels like it. You say no upgrade to anything. It could be best helicopter in gaming upgrade, but I don't care. I don't like it. I don't mind. It looks like a toboggan or something from the front, or some little theme park ride. I don't know. Just the front bit. I don't know what all that was about. I mean, even Cargobob and this don't struggle going under there. It's quite smart bombing down there, I suppose. Yeah, it's like having to go down and then up, and just to test out its agility and manoeuvrability. But it's coming to an end. Hooray! Am I wrong? Looks definitely beat Cargobob. 307. Yeah, that's one of them. Oh dear, just found one that I don't like more than the Annihialator. This like ugly flying shoebox. Maverick. But I suppose you get what you pay for, because this thing's 800 grand, which is started out money, innit? You know what I mean? If you want to get somewhere quick, just buy one of these. Just a look at, I've got I've got all prices down. Yeah, it's a lot dearer. Yeah. It's not that bad really, I just don't like the look of it. Did I say 800 grand? 140 mile an hour. The Annihialator was 115. That's a big leap of that, isn't it? And now this is 15th in the list. I mean, it's quite a big list, and it's quite a long video, I suppose, but I'll say I'll timestamp it, so you'll think, oh, I was going to get a Maverick, or an Annihialator, and you can sort of think, oh, I don't know, you know what I mean, you'll think, oh, that was a bit better, maybe. I'm glad I didn't buy that. Yeah, it's not doing too bad. It weren't so bad to fly, but it was another one of those that just like to stick to ground. It wouldn't go up in air. You know, when you're like pushing forward on joystick for the speed, and then the lift. You try to get lift, it just didn't want any lift. It didn't have any lift. Whereas some do, you have to keep them down. That is another one of these, and it's a bit further up. Looking at that real soon. 140. It's I'm looking at some of these speeds, it's not that bad. I'd say it was around 15th. Surprise, surprise, that's what it came. Yeah, well, it's handling it alright. Yeah, but the Annihialator was the last of the 3 minutes. That's why the video's on so long. But timestamp, just watch it all up, go to whatever you're interested in. I mean, there's a couple I'll mention that I couldn't get him in it. It wouldn't let him in it, probably because they're too new or something, I don't know, but I had a little shot in him anyway, in free roam, and there's a couple of little details on him. You know, like Maverick, 15th, and you're 15th because you do it in that. And Annhialator was 3 minutes 7, so it's a big leap, that, isn't it? 30 odd seconds. Oh, the Savage. What can you say about this? It's ace. It's an absolute beast. I remember when I first started GTA, I was like minding my own business, try to hide from all griefers, and the ground around me just exploded everywhere. And it was that thing. When I like respawned, I was looking up and it was still there, dropping bombs on everyone and firing them massive guns. It's very impressive, is the Savage. I like it a lot. And you have to have deep pockets though, 2.6 million. That's worth it. 145 mile an hour. It's not bad for a massive thing like that. What's that based on? Is it? I'm saying Sikorsky. Is it? I don't know. I know it was on Rambo. It was a big Russian helicopter. It was massive. It's gone a bit wide, hasn't it? Yeah, it's not very manoeuvrable, and it is a bit of an unwieldy beast, but it's an absolute flying fortress of a thing. I mean, obviously if it gets fired at, it's going to go down eventually, but I mean, it's got that much firepower on it, no one will go near it, as in on ground or whatever. If you get there first. Yeah, I like this one, I like the Savage. It's an appropriate name. What's it doing? So the Savage is 14th in the list. So we've already had Savage, Maverick, Annhialator, Cargobob. I mean, you can't really put Cargobob in, really, can you? It's not like it's going to stand a chance, and it didn't. It was slowest by a long way. I'm just waiting for a timer when it says something. It's not that bad, really. There's one of them had finished by now. One, as in first one ever finished. So, I don't know what that one is. Stick around, you'll find out. Subscribe, you'll find out. It's even better. Go on then, Savage. I like the Savage, it's good. If you want out, that's going to completely destroy everything. Not a bad amount of money. Savage it is. Buzzard, 13th. We all know this one. I'm surprised to see it so low, to be honest. I don't know. I do find this with this Buzzard. I mean, that thing's proper tooled up, isn't it? But it does tend to roam and get it bobbing about and that. I mean, the bloke that's flying this, as in my character, he's got full flying stars and everything, but it still insists on like wobbling and not doing as it's told. Buzzard, 13th, 1.7. This is what I was saying before, like for the beginner one, where you need some weapons on it. I bet you're kicking yourself if you bought an Annhialator for 1.8. Well, what's a Buzzard? Oh, downer. I should have bought that instead. It smells better than an Annhialator. Like two different machines, really, aren't they? Am I being too rough on it or what? Want an Annhialator? Oh, toboggan. Flying toboggan. Buzzard. 1.7 million. 145 mile an hour. That's the same as the Savage. 145 mile an hour. You wouldn't think so, would you? But because, like, the Savage, well, is massive, This one's just a bit more manoeuvrable, even though it does twitch around a little bit. Look at it. Did it beat it? 13th place, Buzzard. But I think it's a fair enough course, really. Sort of thought about it, like, you know, go up, go down. Tight space, try and avoid a few things. I mean, I could have gone really nuts and, you know, done at some courses, but like the big stuff wouldn't have gone through. Or would have struggled too much, then it'd been down to, I don't know, 5 or 6 helicopters, which might not have been a bad idea. 17's a bit much, but at least they're all going up against each other, aren't they? They're all going up against each other, so I don't know, I'm happy with it. Why not? It's nearly done. Come on then, Buzzard, what do you do it in? That gets you in 13th. .234. 3 seconds faster than Savage. A big massive thing like that. I mean, I suppose everyone's had a shot in a Buzzard, or they will do. Surprising that. I think it's quite good. Oh, here we go, Maverick again. Weird, isn't it? The other one, the normal one, 15th. This one, 12th. The police one, so it's got a little bit of tweaking done to it, hasn't it? Must have. But don't know if you've ever stolen a police helicopter in GTA. But yeah, they are a lot better than normal ones. A lot better, obviously. So it's got itself in 12th place. Ahead of the Buzzard, the Savage, the normal Maverick, Annhialator and Cargobob. But the thing is, you can't buy this. You can't buy it. And this always sort of like, I don't know, I won't say confuses me, but I'll say confuses me. 124 mile an hour, top speed. And it said the other one, but I mean, I came to these top speeds by going on Google and going on all these Reddits and everything. And it's like, what's the top speed of this, that and the other? I did it on all of them. But I looked at not just one and got like an average. Because some people were saying 260 mile an hour. It totally isn't. Unless I'm completely wrong. But I doubt it. But I looked at loads. It can't be 124 mile an hour. I would have to check that one again, to be honest. I'll put in comments if it's right or wrong. Because it's saying the other one's 140. Why they dropped speed down? Don't know. I don't know. But it doesn't matter because it's not bad. I mean, it's a pity you can't buy the thing because it's a lot better than the other one. But it's just an A to B one, isn't it? There's no weapons on it. It can't help you out other than A to B travelling, picking up crates or whatever. Getting places a little bit quicker and 12 times slower than one. Well, 12 positions. But yeah, it was definitely a lot nicer to fly than the normal one. Yeah, but I'll be doing some more videos on helicopters. I quite like them because I mean, it's like parachuting. I did some on parachuting. It's the place that you pass all the time. You think, can't be bothered. But when you do it, you think, oh, it's quite fun. I like it. So it's the same with helicopters. That's quite fun. What did you do it in? 233. It's only beat Buzzard by a second, so not bad. Rogger. This is pretty much the bread and butter one, isn't it? I suppose people use this a lot. I got one for free, which was handy. 1.3 million if you got it for free. That's quite dear, isn't it, really? But it is ahead by quite a bit, 11th, so isn't it? 130 mile an hour. Does feel a little bit slow. I mean, when you do mixed goods from your office, cargo warehouse, and you want to get to your truck, mixed vehicles trucks, as fast as you can from your office. And I use this, but even before I thought I'm going to use a Buzzard, it's faster. But it wasn't. It wasn't at all. I think I'll be invested in something else. But yeah, you definitely get what you pay for, kind of. But it's a good helicopter. It banks alright. It manoeuvres. But 330. Yeah, you can tell it does feel a bit slower. It's alright for bobbing in and out of places, manoeuvring. You don't skit about as much as like the Buzzard. Please don't shoot me for saying that. Buzzard's one of the best ones, isn't it? I like Buzzard. But this fella here, this new account, I ain't got one yet. Saving up 1.7 million and getting one. Yeah, because you need one that's got weapons on it, and all the other ones that are in the list are just a little bit too dear. By a lot. Yeah, weird that out of all these 17 I didn't crash at all, apart from one. It was right end, so it don't matter. And it was annoying me because I thought, oh, I've not had a shot in that one before. I wanted to see it because at the end, I didn't see it now. It shows you doing it like a little flyby. I wanted to see it, but I couldn't because I crashed it into this big piece of concrete here. And you got? Frogger got 232. 232, 33, 34. Frogger, Police Maverick, Buzzard. Oh, Valkyrie. I actually liked flying this, it was really good. Yeah, it was quite enjoyable, but I don't know, it's a bit sedate compared to Savage. It's a bit up and downy, isn't it? But it was off by and guns on the side as well. A few mates in. Don't annoy people. But 2.3 million. So here we go, this is the first of the expensive ones. Let's do this one up to, oh no, isn't Savage 2.6? So I'm wrong there, aren't I? 2.6. Yeah. Well, it should, what, 300 grand? I think I'll go for Savage. I reckon. Because it's so tooled up. It's an absolute destroying. I don't know what. It's mental. Right, Valkyrie. 2.3 million. 154 mile an hour. So that's the fastest one up to now. 154. And it's 10th. So I mean I'm going around this course pretty much same with all of them. You know what I mean? I'm not like skipping bits out or trying to do really big bends and make one lose. They're all pretty much the same. And it just goes to show that a bit of extra manoeuvrability and a bit of more rigid steering, flying, or whatever you want to call it, just makes it a better thing to handle. And that is why this is 10th. Savage was 14th. But Savage is huge. If you hear a little knocking noise, it's my notes. I've got to write down quite a lot. Because there's no point in just going, that's good, that's rubbish, that's good, that one's rubbish. You know what I mean? Might as well tell you a little bit about them. I mean, up until I did this, I didn't really know much about all of them. Well, say much, I knew nothing. 230. So, 2 seconds faster than Frogger. What a weird looking little thing that is, isn't it? Havok. Oh dear. The pioneers been crossing it out and all sorts. I might have to get back to you on these. I don't know how much it is and speed. Why have I done all that? Don't know. I mean, it's a 3, looks like 3.7. It can't be 3.7 million, this, can it? It's tiny. It's like a little toy. Ah, I don't know. Oh, here we go. You can see it now. 145 mile an hour Havok, and it's in 9th place. I didn't really like this one either. It's another one that wouldn't lift. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a bit annoying when they, you know what I mean, you try to press forward and it's going right up into clouds. You think, oh, get down, you know what I mean? You have to hold back a little bit. Whereas some you don't, you can put your foot right down and it'll fly in a nice straight line. Some will like try to dip themselves into the ground, hot water. And this is one of them. But next one, it won't matter if you weigh in water, I suppose. But not on that one yet. That's what we're looking at here then. Sea Sparrow. It's something I shouldn't have said. Thinking out loud. Right, Havok. 9th. Havok, Valkyrie, Frogger, Police Maverick, Buzzard, Savage Maverick, Annihialator, Cargobob. There's quite a few in it. But doing video, you just thought, oh, I can't wait for this one to be over with. Don't mind if it's a bit quicker, it was just so boring to fly. And them skids, they're just too, I don't know, just bounce around everywhere, don't they? When you landed, they wreck it in no time, if you're a bit rough, like me. Yeah, it must be 3.7 million. 145 mile an hour. But yeah, there's something I've just seen here, which is quite surprising. Yeah, that's horrible. Right, 9th, 2:30.565, 10th, 2:30.601. So there's not a lot of them, is there really? A Valkyrie is a right big gunship, and a Havok's a tiny little toy helicopter. Yeah, this is one I was on about. If it landed on water, it wouldn't right matter, would it? Sea Sparrow. And it's 7th. Oh no, it isn't. It's 8th. To read this a bit clearer. Yeah, this was sort of weird. You think it'd be proper slow, wouldn't you, with them big floats on it? But 153 miles an hour. It's not bad, is it really? It's one of, say it's one of the fastest ones. It's not far off. 1.8 million. What would you use this for anyway? How many times you have to land on water? Nope, can't think of any. Yeah, that's not bad really. The rest of you were like hugging those pylons going round, but that didn't. No trouble. Yeah, it was quite good. The steering, what would you call it? The steering, that's what I will call it. As in, it could go tight. It felt like it could more or less just flip around. And it was pretty quick. 253 mile an hour, no wonder. 1.8 million, it's not bad. I mean, I suppose you can land that thing on a road and that wouldn't mess it up, would it? Say some of these bumpy metal skids, they just land really hard and they start smoking more or less straight away. Whereas that's not good, is it? It can't, unless it pops them. Not so far off now. So this is 8, number 8. Yeah, it was alright to fly this, to be honest, from Maverick. Just a bit pointless. So I don't know what it's used for. But here's another one. Yeah, 230. The last 3 have been in 230s. Sea Sparrow, Havok, Valkyrie, all in 230s. And that was cheapest one, Sparrow, 1.8. Supervolito. I mean, there is a Supervolito Carbon, but this is 7th. Right, what have we got on this? Supervolito, 2.1 million. It's quite a lot, really, isn't it? 148 mile an hour. 2.1 million to get your 7th. And I don't know really, there's only one that's less. Yeah, there's one that's less by quite a bit. Well, 500,000, and that's not come up yet. Yeah, this weren't a bad thing to fly, really. It's a bit boring, as in there's no weapons on it. Yeah, I quite like flying this. Supervolito, 2.1 million, 148 mile an hour. 7th place. Let's see where, yeah, oh, yeah, we're saying 8, 9 and 10, Sparrow, Havok and Valkyrie, we're all in 230s. Let's see what this gets. Sparrow's the one went before this, it was 230, 359. So this is 7th place. Looks pretty quick, that, doesn't it? $148. And here we go. Look at that. 7 seconds faster than 8th place. That's a lot, isn't it? That's a big jump. Saying that, there's a few big jumps coming up. Right, this is its bigger, more expensive brother, Supervolito Carbon. The normal one's 2.1, this is 3.3. Fair enough, it's in front of it. You know what I mean? For that sort of money, you expect it to be a lot further up than that. And same again, 148 mile an hour. So, I don't know, must be aerodynamics or something. You think it'd go a little bit quicker, wouldn't you, made out of carbon? But nope. Let's have a look at. Yeah. Well, surprising. I'll tell you in a minute. Well, end of this race. Ah, that was it as well. Now look how wide that thing's gone. I noticed it was a lot different to fly. And I've actually put on a note on the other one, the non-carbon one, it just felt a lot better to fly. Well, to play with, fly, whatever. Yeah, it felt a lot better than this one. And this one's well up there, isn't it? It's a lot more. 1.2 million more. And that's a lot. You buy that. Well, you'd be on your way to some good stuff. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It's not as good as the non-carbon. I think you're just paying for the name, aren't you? Look. So what are we up to now? 6. This is 6th place. And if you've skipped on to end and you found out what's first, you cheat. Right. 223, 232. So it's like, what, 300ths of a second, not even that. Faster. Like 1.2 million extra. Conada, Conada, I don't know how you'd say that. Anyhow, this is what it is. Conada. 5th. Yeah, the Havok was dearest. It can't be 3.1, there's no way. Let's just try to see which one's dearest. Savage was 2.6. That Carbon was 3.3. 3.3 million. This thing, Conada, is 2.5 million, and it's... let's have a check. Yeah, it looks like it's the 2nd fastest helicopter in the game. Second fastest. For 2.5. I thought it was boring. Fair enough, you're going to get there a little bit quicker. Maybe. But out of these, Conada, Supervolito Carbon and Supervolito, I'd rather have the Supervolito. Up to now, which one would you rather have? If you had one with weapons, Buzzard, because it's only 1.7 million, which is nice and cheap. But one for just flying around in, what would you use? That's quite cheap, Rogger. Until you get a bit more money and then you can get either number 1 or... look at that. No, 2nd place is dearer than Frogger. Yeah, I didn't like this thing. Conada. This is 5th. So 2.5 million, 158 mile an hour. It looks fast, doesn't it? I suppose. But, yeah. I mean, the ones... This is 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd and 1st. Well, got to put next one. We'll see. I don't get this next one. I mean, sometimes I think, did I do it right? H1 Hunter in 4th place. I mean, it's a good machine, like, but give me Savage any day of the week, even Valkyrie. I don't mind this, but they're all good, but... Oh, let's have a look. Savage, 145. You'd say this is 141. But it looks more streamlined, I suppose, doesn't it? That's going to count for something. You don't just do it for sure. Valkyrie, 154. So out of all the tooled up ones, this is the slowest. And it's 4th. So that's not bad, is it, really? Oh, here we go again. 4 million. It's a lot, isn't it? 4 million. 141. I say it must be just the way they've designed it to just fly better. Don't know. Because it's beat the others. Valkyrie was 10th, and this is 4th. And Valkyrie's faster. Really looking thing, innit? Big box on top. That's its technical term as well, a big box. But yeah, the times now, from this one to one, first place, there's like jumps, I suppose, is what I call them, big gaps. So, 4 mil, what do you do with that? Savage. But I keep saying Savage. Buzzard. I'd go for Buzzard, to be honest. It's just smaller, innit? More nimble. Buzzard and a Frogger. You could buy both of them. Price of this. And have change. Quite a lot. Well, a million. Yeah, there's quite a lot in it. FH1 Hunter. 4th place. Oh look, 220. And before it, so it's 2 seconds faster than 5th place. And here we go, the big gold. Waste of money. 3rd place. $5.1 million. For a gold Swift. 157 mile an hour. Just have a look. That Conada thing was 158. But that's 5th. This is 3rd. So this gold Swift, 3rd. I thought they were 10 million. What am I thinking of? Plane. Must be. Yeah, gold plane. Buckingham thing. Because yeah, Buckingham make quite a lot of these planes and helicopters. They're always good. I mean, it'd be nice to get something like, I mean, it's a pity, like I say, the Sparrow and the Akula and that Annihialator Stealth, I just couldn't get him in this at all, wasn't having it. So now I had a bit of a mess around with him, just for top speeds really. I mean, they're saying Sparrow's 145 and someone said it's 168, making it fastest in game. Don't know about that claim. The Akula, I like that one, it's good. 3.7 million. That's cheaper than the Hunter by a lot. And I think it's better. 157. Annihialator Stealth, didn't see hope for that really. The thing is with these races, all I noticed there was like on phone or something. It was like hovering. At the end you get like what, 2.5, 3 grand or something. But at the end of that one I got like 8 grand. I thought, let's hover about for a bit, get more money. I don't know if there's any time limits, but you could maybe sit there all day just with it hovering and let it clock up some cash. Might give that one a try. Yeah, but this Swift's is shifting like, innit? But 5.1 million is a lot of money. It's shifting. Boom, so we got. The last one was 220, the Hunter. 218, 2 seconds faster. And what would you rather have than a gold-plated Deluxe for 5.1? I'd get the normal one for 1.6 million. That's amazing. It's the cheapest thing in the list. Sure it is. Well, apart from Frogger, 1.3. And it's second place, this. And I've had a few shots with this, and I like it. It's really quick. Just remember, I'll put wheels up. 1.6 million, 157 mile an hour, just like the other one, the gold-plated one. But this one's a lot cheaper. Second place, and it's got 218 to beat. 218,732 for gold one. I mean, they've flown both exactly the same. I've flown them all exactly the same. It's just whatever they can manage, innit? Yeah, I like this one. It is very quick. I mean, I use the Frogger, like I said, for mixed goods, and it did it in 2:32. The Frogger. So let's see what this does it in. It's going to be faster than 2:18, isn't it? Or maybe it's the same. Soon find out. Yeah, please subscribe, and thank you to everyone who has subscribed. It's very nice of you, and I hope you enjoy videos. I'll try and put out what I can and try and make them interesting, or, you know what I mean, worth watching. So if you ever get any, I mean, somebody said once, just talk on them, stop writing, because I used to write on them all. I don't know if you've noticed, a lot of my old videos, it's all text. So, I didn't think anyone would bother reading it, but even I got bored of reading them. And I thought, and somebody said, just talk, it's miles better, because we know exactly what's going on then. I mean, imagine trying to type all this lot. By the time you've read it, it'll be over. So yeah, this is the longest one that I've done, 46 minutes. There's about another 3 minutes left. Swift, you do it in 2:18 to beat, 2:17, and it's not gold plated, and it's miles cheaper. Number one, look at that thing. Weird, isn't it? Volatus. But yeah, is this new kid on block or what? It's just been brought out. I don't know. I said, I like the helicopters, but I didn't really keep track of them. It don't matter, it's here now, innit? No matter how long it's been here. But this just felt really good to fly. It was fun. And what is it? 2.3 million. I mean, it's not the dearest one here, but it's definitely the best for me anyway. On this circuit, it handled it really well. 2.3, 161 mile an hour. That's a big leap, that, isn't it? Which one's slowest then? I mean, I won't do Cargobob. That's like 99 miles an hour. That is what, 115. That looks like the slowest. 115, which was that Annihialator, the toboggan. And this is 161. It's a big jump, that, isn't it? So if you're doing missions in Annihialator, I'm wondering why your mates are finishing miles before. That's why. Yep, that is why. Because they've got a Volatus, and you should get one. Either that or a Swift. I mean, that looks good though, doesn't it? That says, if you've got the cash and stuff, get this. If you're just starting out, let's say my bloke's starting out on the other one, and some of my other videos, you'll see I haven't got quite a lot of money, and he's been buying stuff and building up to buy things, and that's how you start out, how you make money, how you get yourself going. So this is part of that, I suppose. So if you're going to get yourself going, just starting out, get a Swift. Don't get the gold one. Don't sit there grinding 5.1 million going, I've got a gold Swift. Because it doesn't mean anything. It's actually slower than normal one. Probably want gold weighing it down. There, Frogger. That's the other one. I mean, Frogger's what, 1.3 million. So for 300 grand more, which is nothing, you can get one of these. The Swift, or say we'll get one of these. 2.3 isn't that much really. But I'd rather have the Swift than a Frogger. Whoa, this is it. Boom. Right off into a wall. But it finished and it won at first. 2:14. That's amazing really, isn't it? 2:14. That's 3 seconds faster than that Swift. And 3 minutes 31 for Cargobob. So that's a big leap, isn't it? It's over a minute. Round a little track. But yeah. So there it is. Please subscribe. That would be brilliant. And very helpful, thank you. And well, see you next one, and thank you for watching, and I hope it helps. Thank you. Bye bye.